Today, Bitcoin rebounds from a week of selling pressure, and Coinbase's head of machine learning breaks down how the crypto exchange uses AI to prepare for highly volatile markets. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Lindsay Jacobson. Digital currencies are bouncing back from losses earlier in the week. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin reclaimed the $60,000 level after falling as low as $57,000 yesterday. Ether is also high this morning, climbing back to $25.76. Solana, meanwhile, rising to $146. There were some signs that the crypto market was bracing for Nvidia's earnings, and some investors were concerned the chipmaker wouldn't be able to live up to the hype and potentially push investors away from risk assets. Well, Nvidia did drop better than expected earnings, reporting a 122% increase in revenue from a year earlier. But that's down from 3 straight periods of year-over-year growth exceeding 200%. So this latest quarter might not have met the sky-high expectations for some holding the stock. That being said, the chip maker's quarter seems to have been enough to soothe concerns that the market was headed sharply lower, which is good news for crypto investors too. All right, let's jump to our main story. Earlier this week, Coinbase announced a newly deployed machine learning model that helps the crypto exchange predict spikes in user traffic and prevent serious downtime during high volatility. Crypto World's Mackenzie Sigalis spoke to the company's head of machine learning, Rajarshi Gupta, about this launch.
So this week, your team announced that Coinbase has developed and deployed a machine learning model that's all about preventing downtime. Tell me more about the launch.
Sure. So, it's been pretty normal in the industry to look at load that's on the system and then scale up your CPUs up and down as things go. And this can be done because CPUs are very performant and they can quickly do this. Now, we have the problem that we need to do the same thing for our databases. And we really weren't able to find any solution out there that did the same thing for databases. So we ended up building our own machine learning model that kind of predicts ahead of time. And by ahead of time, I don't mean 15 minutes. I mean like hours ahead of time that we think that the load in our system is going to go up because the volatility in crypto is increasing. And by doing that, and so sort of when we think the volatility is increasing, we are going to be able to pre-scale the databases to some level as needed and such that we can manage it. And we've had it in production for a couple of months. And, in the last, and when these, let's say these events of high load happen, we've been able to manage it and pre-scale. So we wrote about it in a blog.
We saw a lot of volatility overnight, a lot of price movements. And since you've been testing out this product in the last few months, have you noticed a significant difference in the way that the platform operates?
Yeah, so I think, look, if you think about it, like what is the main purpose, right? So the main purpose is to make sure that our customers get the correct level of support that they need. But at the same time, we manage our costs because we could obviously hold the databases high at a very, very high level all the time. That would ensure performance, but it would raise our costs. So this is the way of balancing those two things. And by using machine learning to pre-scale the databases, we are then able to manage our costs while ensuring that the customers get the right level of service.
Now, more broadly speaking, I know that the exchange has been leveraging AI to beef up security as well. And I'm wondering just how significant a role machine learning has played in both enhancing company security and efficiency for customers.
Absolutely. So we've been using machine learning to protect our customers for many years now. So in fact, every single transaction that goes through our system is protected by machine learning models that tries to make sure that the transaction is indeed the correct, is indeed the right transaction versus it's talking to some risky business, whether your account has been taken over. I mean, to some level, you can think of it starts even as you log in, because as you are logging into the app, we have a model that tries to detect whether it's you or your account has been taken over by someone. So, I mean, these models run billions of times.
Now, you're Coinbase's head of machine learning, and it's a side of the business that we typically don't hear a lot about, but you've been leaning into Gen AI applications, machine learning more broadly for a while now. And on the Gen AI side of things, you've got your customer-facing conversational LLM-powered chatbot, which just launched in June. And I'm wondering if you can tell me more about how you're putting this tech to use and what are some of the features that are maybe invisible to the customer, but hugely transformative to the end user and the way that your business operates.
Yeah, so I think, look, I mean, almost everyone in the tech industry has recognized the fact that Gen AI is a really, really powerful tool. But now, the I would say the right analogy is that it's not enough having a powerful tool. You actually need to have the people who know how to use the tool. So that's where we have been leaning in, and I'm very proud of the fact that I have a very strong machine learning team that knows how to wield those tools. And one of the things we did, as you mentioned, is that in June we launched our customer-facing chatbot. So every single one of our customer-facing conversations in US is now going through this LLM-powered chatbot. So in order to do that, you have to take care of several different things, right? So you have to make sure that there are appropriate guardrails in place to make sure that the LLM is protected and doesn't end up saying things that it shouldn't. We also need to make sure that it's performant. So you've probably heard of the global GPU shortage. So we have to really work with our partners to make sure that we have the right bandwidth available to make sure that our customers get the low latency responses that you want. And naturally, we have to keep tuning and fine tuning the responses that we are getting and testing it continuously to make sure that we improve. So it's been a very exciting journey, and fingers crossed, we've been enjoying the experience.
And then the flip side of that, how is blockchain technology enhancing machine learning applications and data integrity?
Yeah, so I think that's true. Most of the AI is a really powerful tool, and many applications that you see are for AI helping blockchain. But there's also the flip side of it, which is blockchain helping AI. And there's a couple of really interesting use cases. So one, for example, is that blockchain is a way to make sure that provenance of anything is proven and it's verifiable. So protecting AI deepfakes from and making sure that what you are seeing is real and not fake is something that with blockchain you can easily manage. Another way is that distributed AI is something that people have been working on for many years. But in order to incentivize this, you need to have a systematic way of sharing payments across a large number of distributed nodes. And blockchain is the perfect underlying platform to achieve that. So these are just but two of these cases that help blockchain for AI. I mean, in fact, back in May, we organized a research conference called Blockchain and AI, and where this was a big topic of discussion that we had about how AI can help blockchain and blockchain can help AI.
Last question for you. Talk me through what's next. What's your vision for Coinbase's Gen AI and machine learning strategy in the next few months and in the next year?
Yeah, so I think if you look at it, I mean, in the next few months, it's of course, we are doing many of these things and you're already hearing about them. In future, though, we basically feel that AI should be a helper to every employee and every customer of Coinbase. So we already have an employee assistant that is helping many of our employees in their day-to-day job, not just the engineers, not the ML people, but the finance people, the HR people, the legal people, and so on. But we also want to bring all that AI goodness to our customers and bring some sort of a helper so that the customers are able to utilize AI in their day-to-day transactions and their user journeys.
Okay, that's all for Crypto World. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.